Okay, last one of the series. Love you. What do I love you, the moon, or do I not love you, silver light? Do I love you or not? Luxor, Luxembourg, to beat the big rock at 5k up. Let's go there. Here's Mount Kailash from the Chinese side, I think, and a Keishand, I think. Look at the head. But anyway, that's a monkey man. Can you see that he's a monkey man? And he's got, he's a Diego. And he's an arid, dry, low humidity, thin air at altitude. And you spin through that every day. And it does affect you in the Mediterranean area, Europe. You get affected by spinning through that arid, dry, low humidity, thin air at altitude, and then trying to cope with that and the mountain chain. Okay, so it's actually quite dry up there because there's a lot less precipitation than you would think. It's not an ice cap up there. The ice cap is at the pole. And here we have the answer. And this is a lovely photo, they put it together. And these are traditions to teach. This is a centrifugal teaching tool, and it's also a daily earth spin and earth moon complex, and it could be even sun earth around in the solar system if you wanted it to be, but this is quite a fast spin, so we're suggesting that this represents the earth moon complex. And we're talking about the moon and the silver light and the electronic wavelengths, the silver light and the electromagnetic spectrum and its compression waves coming through on very small wavelengths. And then the yellow light there. And then we've got the forehead wrinkled. I'm suggesting that this represents the Indian subcontinent crushing into the Eurasian plate and forcing the earth into mountains. So this is the orogeny, and I think that he's talking about the orogeny, and I think that little bit there might actually mean that silver light there. I think it's silver light and gold light, and that is Lahar, and that in the foothills of India, as we've just experienced, and on the eastern seaboard of China, when this great big Borg and the hydrology around this Borg receives the precipitation and the monsoon and the floods, then you get the mountains like a mud flow down the rivers, and you get muddy water everywhere. Hence Shat or Shat near Karsol and Rasol near Manikarin. So if you spin this as they do, and they're spinning, giving the lesson, the love or the love not at Luxor and Luxembourg is about how you feel with decompression from centrifugal forces. This is centrifugal forces. Centripetal are aimed towards the axis, and centrifugal are aimed away from the axis. So there's a decompression outward from the axis when you spin, and the moon pulls on the full. Now that's the thing, the moon pulls on the full. You spin daily. The moon has a monthly full, and on the full you feel sick or you get the tickle, and you get the tickle in the valleys, or the rub. And I got the rub on the bridge in Manali on the full. So in the mountains, you get the tickle or the rub on the full moon, and then you have a sickle moon. And that lovesick is about sore tummies and upset and gassy and burpy maybe when you are decompressed, because there's a lot of water in the system, and because that Ra gives you a rock. And when you're rocking, because you haven't got your glaciated valleys full, they're empty, and all of the water's at the equator, you've got a little bit more water and you've got a slightly different system. But it's the Ra that is associated, and also that El Nino, La Nina. And when the equatorial region is full of water and you've got more of it, your La Nina is a wetter experience for you. So there's the centrifugal, and can you be sure that you're in love? Earth Moon complex. What sort of marriage have you got? And it was actually Bruce Willis's team in Moonlighting that did a piece on that, and so did Shakespeare. The relationship between the sun and the moon, and what sort of queer marriage it was, because the spin is a horse. The I don't know where the camel fits in, but I'm pretty sure that something's a dog, and that's the fetch. I haven't even talked about fetch yet, and I was going to talk about fetch, that's why I started, so I might have to do another one.